Let's see what I've lost this. Ow, my leg. Let's waste y'all's time, but let's try to keep progress on that. I'll be back. Gonna make myself something to eat. Can't keep doing what I do on short stomach. Oh, by the way, I've created my own version of Undertale, basically, and it's called ChaSansTale. I know it's pretty lame, everything, but here's the story. The story starts off with Char and Sans, right? Char and Sans are on their own. Char and Sans are working together, and basically, if this ever gets turned into an actual, game, which I will be working on, but yeah, so on this claim, basically, so you get to be Char and Sans, and you're walking through all this stuff that you used to know. And Sans and Chara stop by Groby's because Sans gets hungry, right? So when Sans got hungry, Chara says, "Alright, fine, we'll stop by Groby's. We don't like no one's there. You better pick up whatever you want right now." Because they're basically in this tale, you're trying to basically reverse this dark curse that came onto every single character but Sans and Char. And yeah, you're just going through this whole freaking quest trying to free them and give them back their free will. And so you will be fighting Undyne and the rest of the crew. You can also use Pathesis in Genocide, but mostly on the Genocide part, because on this, they will be more harder to persuade to get away from. And so, yeah. So, if you're going the Pathesis route, you basically, if you're able to complete the Pathesis route, you should be able to. What happens if? Well, what happens is that like when you go through the passes route of my version, you befriend them, but they don't stay friends for long because they go back into the control. You only get a short while before they get back into the under the control of who basically cast the spell to control them all into being very violent, very dark. Yeah. And so, yeah. That's basically the game. There will be more detail inside the game when I make it. And there will be more of a setting area where you get to start off, and there will be some backdrops. I mean, there will be some signs to like tell you what happened, how they became so dark, what magical abilities did what or what, when this happened to someone or this. Who they all have different stories. Also, when you can complete the game like about 2 or 3 times in passes, you get to play as one of the other characters. Like Fritz, for instance. Actually, no, you have to fight Frisk. Yeah, but when you beat it like 3 times, you get to play as this other character. You get to play as D.W. Gaster. Literally. Because D.W. Gaster's been in the void, he gets out of my game. He really just gets out. He basically gets out as soon as all this stuff already happened. Like all this chaos and stuff. You get to play as Gaster and you get to roam around doing different things, different quests, but at the same time it's the same quest. So, yeah. There will be a lot of things that will be introduced and new monsters, new this. I'll put in my own themes for the game. I might use 1 or 2. Well, for the bosses, I might let them be the same themes that they had for, the original. But I'm mostly going to try to put in a different theme, a different song, music, when you play my game, my version of Undertale, which is ChaSansTale. And no, it is not the shipping. Char and Sans, not the shipping. If y'all ship them in my game, that's up to you. I can't really stop you. So, yeah, that's basically that. But, stuff. Okay, for real, it's like, oh, the thing's done. But, yeah, that's about all I can tell you. And anyway, I think I'm done with the video right now, because I don't want to go too long on the video. But yeah, no. Alright, see this house right here? This will be introduced to my game. My version of Undertale. I could have just done that. Yeah. So, that's about it. Also, this house will be introduced. This thing, not really much of an introduce to this thing. I mean, I'll try to do something with this to put in the game, maybe. That house will be introduced. This spider probably will not. Oh, and this right here, this symbolized thing, will be introduced to the game. This thing will be introduced to the game, this area. This house too. But yeah, that's about it. So, what I meant to do. I'll see you guys in the next. I'll see you. I'll see this body thing. I'll see you next time on the amazing episode of Minecraft. Dang it.